Hey y'all. So I am getting on here tonight unexpectedly because I felt like I really needed to get on here. With so much going on in the world and with me trying to cover so many serious topics in the next few weeks, I felt like something just hit me and said, you got to say something. I really feel obligated to say something. So, first, I want to start off by saying I've been working on a lot of topics and content for the Talk to Trees show, and I already have plans to discuss our black men. Okay, so the next few weeks, the first week, which is this Wednesday, we're going to be covering raising children and blending families. Okay, I'm excited about covering that. But um, the following week was supposed to be understanding the black man. And then the next week was going to be understanding the black woman, followed by mental health in a black home. I really feel like those last three coincide together. Okay, you can't have one without the other. So it's so important to me that we hit those back to back. I've been also planning a friendships part two that was going to be in the midst of that somewhere, but I get on to say that the plans is to do understanding the black man, understanding the black woman, and mental health in the black home. Okay. And I have been wrecking my brain, I've been researching, and I've been looking at different friends and different associates and different colleagues to see who could come on and talk with me when I cover understanding the black male because I am not a black man and I cannot speak on their their behalf. I can only speak on my experiences, my perception, and my opinion. So, with that said, and with all that's going on with this recent tragedy with Tyre, um, I felt that it was my duty to speak up about this because there's so much being said, and I have so much to say about what's being said and what was done. So, the first thing I wanted to say is anyone that follows me know that I am very passionate about injustices and I will talk about any one of them. Um, let's just be honest. A lot of them recently or in the past have been white on black crimes, okay? And I talk about them, I talk about my frustrations, and I share them with you, and you give me your comments back. And unfortunately, in this case, this is another injustice. It's not white on black, um, but I still have a very strong opinion about it. Very, very, very strong. And I would love to hear you guys' comments on this. Um, I want to first start by saying it was very hard to watch that video, another video. I'm sure you guys agree. And I always feel like, because I'm a balanced, open person, I always feel like I know that cops go through things that we civilians will never understand. They are exposed to scenario after scenario, experience after experience. Um, so many things. They're faced with death on a regular basis. Some of them, if they're not lucky, they're facing it all the time, rapidly. They have to be on a type of alert that none of us could quite understand. And I understand that as a difficult job and it's not easy. And to the good men and women cops that are out there, we appreciate it. Okay. However, there is training provided. And I know, maybe a cop or some people will say, well, training don't always kick in. But there's training provided, and it's provided for a reason. And to the men who committed this crime and this murder against this young man, um, fucking shame on you. How dare you? How dare you? on so many levels. So many fucking levels, right? How dare you put us against one another like this? How dare you take someone's life like this unnecessarily? How dare you abuse your fucking authority? How dare you? You know what we go through. You know what we go through. How dare you? How dare you pretty much spit in the face of the people who are out here marching and fighting and pleading your case, my case, throwing their lives on the line to defend every black man walking this earth? How dare you do that to the very people that are fighting for us? How dare you do that to the people who are on Capitol Hill and who are fighting for people like you in the position that you are as a cop or as a firefighter, fighting so you will have equal rights at your place of employment, because your rights aren't equal there either. That's why you all were arrested right away and not leave with pay like others. But how dare you slap us in the face like this? One step forward, 10 steps backwards. How dare you do this to us? You deserve everything that you get, right along with any other person that abuses their authority, that goes against people because of their race. You deserve everything that you get. I'm really pissed off about that. And you know what else? Because I like to keep it all the way real and I like to hit on a lot of stuff. I hope that other races, Caucasian, Chinese, whoever, I hope when their own commit these type of crimes, I hope you feel the same amount of anger and frustration. I hope white people feel like, how dare you make all of us look like we are what our ancestors were? Because right now, as a black woman, I am so disappointed in these black men. Okay? And with that said, because I know people like to, oh, this ain't no bashing video. Let me be clear. I love, respect, value, and appreciate all of our black men. They are needed. They are valued. They have a high worth. And this is not a bashing video. This is frustration from a civilian, from a family member, from a person and a human being, to say, how dare you guys murder this man like this for nothing? Not one person stepped up and said, stop. Just like in George Floyd, not one person said, let's not do this. Okay? Another thing I want to say, I want to circle back on the Understanding the Black Male show that I have planned, and I'm still going to go through with what the plans were, which is to highlight all of the great men, black men that work hard, that walk this earth and do the right thing. That's what it was for, to highlight. And we're going to still highlight you black men because you deserve it. You kings because you deserve it. And we're also going to go into the mindset and the things that you come across and, the hurt, the things that you take in that a lot of us have ignored for so long. We're still going to cover that. But I had to get on and speak on this. And then lastly, I have to address the man who did the interview. I actually don't know his name. Who did the interview on Fox and tried to make women, single mothers, single black mothers, accountable for what these men did. How dare you? Shame on you. You are so out of order. Like, so out of order. How dare you use that platform and that interview to go after black women and blame them for what these men did? That was a conversation for a different day. First off, you have to hold um, these men accountable for their actions because they were grown men. How dare you use that moment to make single moms accountable for their actions? And furthermore, how dare you be out of order and not first make men who walk away from their sons more accountable first? But that's a conversation for another day. This is not the time for us to have that discussion. And also, how dare you pit us against one another? How dare you do that? Because now the argument is going to be, well, the women, they push men away, or they be having a lot of drama with them too. We know all of that. We know sometimes it's the women why the man don't stay, and sometimes it's the man why the man don't stay. But this is not the moment to try to pit us against one another. This is the moment to make grown men out of control, power driven, accountable for hurting another person because they could. That's all I got. See y'all in a week, few days.